Hey, welcome to today's daily sprint, getting our day started off with greater purpose, passion, and meaning. And this is an excerpt from a Joel Osteen podcast that I just got done listening to. Had me fired up on the treadmill, and I was running at 6.2, and I'm trying to take notes as I go. So let's get started. Where does our value come from? And this is so really permeates my heart because I sought value for so many decades, not years, not months, not days, decades, from the external. I felt like if I won a trophy, I'd feel valuable. Or if I made some cash, I'd feel valued. And this podcast really sunk home because it took a lot of years of personal development and being around the right people to realize that our value does not come from the outside. So let me talk to you about where your value as an entrepreneur, as a growth-driven person, as a mom, as a dad, where it does not come from. Your value does not come from your possessions. Hey, if you love Rolexes, you like Ferraris, dude, yes, I'd love to go on a ride in your Ferrari. Maybe you can let me drive it, beep, 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 you know. But your value as a human being does not come on our physical possessions. Money, trophies, degrees, all those things fade. I used to think my value came from education and certification, so I went and got like 18 of them. I was always like getting a new certification. And no, my value as a human being does not come from those things. Number two, our value does not come from people or popularity. Sometimes we're wearing people's names on our clothing more than we wear our own name. You know, hey, I don't care if it's Armani or Fruit of the Loom. I don't care if you are wearing, Under Armour or any of that, but we tend to exalt those things because we want to feel cool. Hey, I'm wearing Gucci. Hey, I'm wearing Goodwill, baby. So our value does not come extrinsically from other people or our popularity. And lastly, and this was a big one for me, being a former or current bodybuilder, once a bodybuilder, always a bodybuilder, but performance. Your value does not come from winning trophies, from winning that show, from winning that overall. And you know what? When you put your value in these possessions and popularity and performance, you get caught in a loop. You get caught in a pattern where you're never satisfied. When I was growing up, all I wanted to do is win a sword. Then I won like 18 swords. That was no longer good enough. Then all I wanted to do is win an overall. Then I won several overalls, and that wasn't good enough. Then it was the pro card. Then it was this, and then it was that. And there's just never, ever going to be satisfaction when you look for your value extrinsically. Same thing with people. I just want to make these other people happy. Oh, now they're happy. Now I got to make them even happier, and even happier, and even happier. Your value comes from within. We're not going to get into too much where I get my value from, but I would love to hear. I'll tell you, I get my value from our Lord. I get my value from Jesus, from my religion, or from my faith, I should say. So let me know in the comments, where do you get your value from? And let me know if you struggle with getting value from possessions, people or popularity, and performance. I think this is a struggle that all alpha people tend to get trapped up on. Have a great growth-driven rest of your day. Let me know in the comment, where does your intrinsic value come from?